Hi everybody, welcome to Accretion and our key figure signal service. And today I'm going to just take you through the very basics of the key figure signal service so you know how it operates, a little bit of background as to what I do and how I do it to give me these key figures. And we'll go through a little bit of the process that applies so that you receive those key figures and you know what you're doing. Firstly, I'd like to just take you through a few things to do with accretion. Firstly, the name. We decided upon the name accretion after having read a quotation from Alexander Graham Bell. And the quotation goes, "Successful men, in the end, are those whose success is the result of steady accretion." Accretion is accumulation of small amounts over a long period of time builds a larger amount. And so in terms of trading, very simply, I'm looking to build small profits over a long period of time to guarantee success for the future. It's a bit of a cliche, and I'm sure everybody's heard it before, but never more true in trading would the saying be, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not something that's going to change your life overnight, but with the right application, diligence, and discipline, it could change your life over a period of time. I've got a couple of things I'll offer from accretion, as well as the signal service that you've come to us for. I do trade on a daily basis, and I also, therefore, open up my trading screen, visuals and audio, so that people can watch me, interact, ask questions, see the strategies I'm using on a daily basis. It's a subscription service. It's incredibly good value for money relative to the other live rooms that are around on the internet. You can find us at www.accretion.ws/live trading. Basically, I trade between 7 AM and 3 PM generally. You get to watch me live. You can participate for 5 minutes, up to 8 hours. It's up to you. I have a number of people who pop in before they go to their primary jobs. I have a couple of people who pop in mid-morning once they've got some bits and pieces out of the way in the morning. Often we'll talk about what's happened the previous day, how and why we're looking at some of the long-term figures that I put out that morning. And we obviously trade any opportunities that come about. The second thing that we offer is why you're here today, the key figure signal service. Again, it can be found at www.accretion.ws, subscription to medium long-term trading signal system. I basically get up in the morning, work out trades between 6 and 8 AM. I post them to your inbox. And then as the trades trigger, I manage my trades, and I email people updates as to what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and how I'm doing it. Very good for people who can't sit in front of the trades all day or the charts all day. At the same time, it's a nice supplementary to day trading. So if you are day trading and you want some longer term signals, some entry points, then this is a very good system. You can pick the emails up off your smartphone. Most smartphones nowadays will have applications that can relate back to their trading platforms. So it's a good service to participate in if you're on the go all day. And the final offering from Accretion, www.accretion.ws FTSE Trading, is a low-risk, tight-stop strategy. It's a simple strategy which anyone can master. It's repeatable. No complex indicators, easily, clearly definable goals. First trade, London FTSE opening, is generally around the 8 o'clock to 8:30 mark, and that can go through until 11 AM. It's a one-off purchase on that scheme, and again, a good supplement for those who are looking for an early morning trade. So there we have Accretion. Thanks for bearing with me on that one. Do go and have a look, www.accretion.ws, and read a little bit more about those details. But you're here today for the key figure signal service, so I'll crack on with that. And the first thing I want to do is talk about money management. Now, money management is the absolute foundation of all of my trading strategies. It's the rock on which I base my strategies upon. It's absolutely imperative that I follow this money management program and do so diligently. If I do so, I know that my pot will stay intact, as long as obviously I'm applying the rules and the discipline to the trading, the strategy that I'm using. In this instance, it's a spreadsheet that I set up specifically for my excuse me, for the key signal service, and it simply has a pot, in this example 100 on day one. Can be any denomination. 100 can be pounds, dollars, euros, whatever. The maximum exposure I will give to the market, most I am prepared to risk at any one point in time, is 10% of that pot. This key figure is absolutely key. It's absolutely key because whether I'm trading just the one market or I'm trading 10, at no point in time will I be allowing myself to risk more than 10% of my pot. As your trading moves on, you will reduce that percentage. That is your goal, to get that down to 1%. So the idea would be to increase the pot to make sure your maximum exposure becomes less. In this instance, with a starting pot of 100, I don't think you could reasonably find anybody who's going to offer a stake low enough to handle less than 10%, so 10% is the starting point. Now, the stop losses that I apply to the key figures are on average around the 100 pip mark. So in this instance, we divide the total exposure of 10 by 100, and it gives us our stake. Our stake is what we would apply to the trade, and it means that if I have, in this case, a 0.10 stake, 10 pence, 10 cents, then if it goes against me by 100 pips, I'm only going to lose 10, which is 10% of my pot. The trading results over the last 6 months or so, an average day is around 50 pips. Obviously, it's an average, so there's some days it'll be less and some days it'll be more. And obviously, it also depends on which trades you take and whether you take all of them or one of them or two of them. But the average is 50. So for this example, I will use 50. You times 50 pips as a return on your 0.10, and you achieve 5. We then put that back into the pot, and we go through the whole process again. Obviously, as the pot gets greater, so does the maximum exposure, so does the stake, and therefore the returns. Very much to do with long term. If you see that you started on day one with £100, on day 16, your pot would have doubled up to 207. And then if we look down on day 30, doubled again up to 400, and day 44, doubled up to 800. And you see your 100 starting pot grows to 4,000 over a 77-day period if you keep reinvesting your pot and you keep applying the same rules. For those of you who are able to start with a greater pot, just to give you an example, you work the same numbers through. In this instance, I've used 1,000 as a starting pot. 10% would be 100. Maximum exposure, therefore, be 1. Trade results times 50. Invest it back into your pot, work through the same process. And if you move down here, it doubles at the same days as the 1, but obviously the figures become bigger. So day 49, a 1,000 pot increases to 10,000 in 49 days. That's how if applied and followed, you can see over the long term, small amounts build as the compounding effect. So let's have a look at the key figure trading. What I'm going to do is start off by just having a quick look at last week's results. And if we look at, okay, there we go, last week's results. we can see that it was a very good week, and there's no question about that. The total in the end was 1,600 pips. Obviously, that's only achievable if you participate in every single trade, which is not always possible. But those were the signals that were given out, so that's what was available. You can see we trade commodities, gold in this instance, 3 indices, FTSE, Wall Street DAX, number of currencies, including the Aussie dollar, which I'm going to have a quick look now. On the 12th, the signal was to buy the Aussie dollar. The actual buy was at 10.0020, and we achieved 190 pips from it. So I'll have a quick look and show you how that was achieved. So we go to the Aussie dollar chart and we look at 12, and drawn on the chart, and 10.020 was the starting point. So there. This trade moved into profit fairly quickly, and in doing so meant that we were able, one, to start taking profits within 4 hours. At the same time, we were able to bring stop losses up so that we protected ourselves against any reversal in the market. In this instance, a reversal didn't take place, so the profits continued. At this point, I would be sending emails, updating individuals as to what I was doing and why I was doing it. And in this instance, what we did was to bring our stop loss up to entry, 10.0020 at about 1:30, if I remember rightly. And then we'd also be profit about the same time. So essentially what we've done there is ensure that we've got some money in the bank on this trade, and also ensure that if the trade does reverse, we're not going to lose anything. This also means our maximum risk, if you refer back to the money management model, has become nil, because we can't lose anything. So I can take other trades on, I can operate in the marketplace when opportunities come around without any fear. I can just go about my business accordingly. Now this trade continued through the evening, and in fact didn't come out of it until the next day, the 13th. The maximum value on this trade took us up to like 210, 15 pips, and even going up into the 14 over 300, us up overnight, and having taken profit when the market achieved new highs. Now, having been given this signal, 10.020 on the 8 o'clock of the 12th, what you would do is go to your trading platform. You would get your Aussie dollar ticket up, click on order to open. We're submitting a ticket at the moment. We're waiting for the price to actually come to where it is. You can see I'm actually making this video whilst the markets are open, and it's actually around the same figures we started. This trade back on the 12th, we would be buying at 10.020. In this instance, I'm going to put 320. For argument's sake, we'll have 1 in the size, and would have the stop at, say, 100. We would submit that ticket, and that ticket then would sit and wait in our working orders until the trade triggers. As simple as that. Essentially and effectively, what we do is send out the email, and by 8 o'clock, 8:30 of the morning of trading, we then continually send emails to you into your inbox when any updates are made. All this is shown at www.accretion.ws, and those emails tell you the actions that I'm taking in order to trade that market. And really it is as simple as that. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to contact me. I'm on accretion@live.co.uk. My name's Paul, but anyone at the team will be able to help you. Go and have a look at www.accretion.ws. There are other opportunities that you may want to become involved with. And in the meantime, good luck with your trading, and we'll talk often. Thank you. Bye-bye.